Hey guys, Sableye VGC here, and welcome back to another episode of Crazy Climbing. Today, we're going to continue things off with the Mega Mewtwo X and Groudon team, and honestly, just try to win a game. I think that should be our first goal here. I wish I could play some Kyogres. Kyogre is a lot better of a matchup than opposing Groudons, because I won't play the Speed tie or the Speed tier, unless of course I have the Sun on the field, or unless it's the last turn of the game. So I definitely, a little bit more of a buckle there. Obviously it's tough to position around Kyogre. Speaking of Kyogre, we're going to get Rayogre. And definitely going to bring Zapdos to this one. So we're going to see Rayogre, Nihilego, Tapu Koko, Tapu Fini, and Incineroar. So I am just going to straight up lead Zapdos and hopefully get a Tailwind up turn 1. I think leading Zapdos Mewtwo puts me in a really, really good position, as well as keeping Kartana in the back. Now, I haven't really discussed or thought this process out too much if I should be bringing Groudon in this matchup or not, because I know when you play Zerndon against Rayogre, you tend to not bring your Groudon at all. However, here I think it might be more beneficial because I don't really see a point of Incineroar. Yes, I get Intimidate, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's the greatest. Tapu Fini, with the fact that he has Tapu Koko, Nihilego, and I guess a Rayquaza because I can't really hit it, right? Like Tapu Fini's more of a defensive and a setup mon here, so I feel like Groudon is still the better play. So I will rock that Groudon out, and we're gonna see what we get. But yeah, if I had to guess what my opponent does, probably wants to lead Kyogre Nihilego here, or something like he could lead Tapu Koko as well. I don't know if leading Tapu Koko is the greatest turn on his end, or the greatest play from him, but I could see him doing it. He could also maybe make a case for leading Incineroar. It kind of sucks if he leads Incineroar. Like, I don't expect people to just expect Mewtwo X. I feel like a lot of people would expect Mewtwo Y right away on our team. But I figured I'd mix it up with Mewtwo X. I mean, Mewtwo Y is too standard. It's too standard for me. This is crazy climbing after all. But let's see what we got. We got Incineroar, Tapu Koko for my opponent's end, so I am going to have to swap my Mewtwo out, unfortunately. But other than that, I should be able to protect here and then get Tailwind up next turn, no problem. So I'm 100% going to go for that route. Now the thing is, I could allow myself to just get that Steadfast boost. Like, does being intimidated matter? Or can I just simply go for that low kick into that Incineroar anyways? Because if you fake me out, I don't really care. Part of me wishes the Steadfast ability. Yeah, part of me wishes Steadfast allowed you to not flinch and gave you a speed boost instead of flinching, rather than a speed boost when you flinch. But I guess that would kind of be broken. So, Mewtwo, basically I decided here to click Substitute and Tailwind, because if he knocks out one of my Pokemon, it gives me a huge advantage in allowing me to bring in Groudon. And if he doesn't knock out either of my Pokemon, obviously I get a Tailwind up. He's going to go for the Fake Out, probably into Zapdos. Actually goes into Mewtwo, so giving me the Steadfast ability. He is going to drop a Nature's Madness into that Zapdos. So I am going to get a Tailwind up here. And a sub. I won't get the sub up, but I'll get the sub up next turn. Mewtwo getting that Steadfast boost with the speed, and Zapdos going for a Tailwind. Tailwind, not the greatest of options here because I'm not really putting on too much pressure right now. But at the end of the day, I think it's needed. I could just go for that Thunderbolt and the low kick. That should pick up Incineroar. So I am going to go for that knockout. I really don't know the calc too much. Or too well, I should say. You gotta think low kick should still be doing well over half to this Incineroar. I could go for the Z move, but I think it's rather relatively useless here. I kind of want to save it for that Kyogre. Incineroar needs to go because I can't safely substitute. We're going to see what he does here. I mean, he could go for something like a U-turn, but I feel like he wants to go for something like more of a dark type move and try to kill this Mewtwo here. Although, am I scared of a dark type move? Like, fighting resists the dark, so he actually is going to swap out Incineroar. We're going to see what he brings. He's going to bring in the Rayquaza. That's fine if you ask me. I'm not too concerned. At least Thunderbolt doing a decent chunk of damage as well. Mewtwo's going to go for the low kick. That actually did a lot more than I expected being at -1. Thunderbolt also going into that Rayquaza should be a... Wow, that did a lot. And Koko is just going to go Nature's Madness, and Mewtwo is going to dodge. So, what I am going to do here is I am going to go for the Z move into this Rayquaza. And I am going to Although, really, do I need to? I don't need to at all. I can just go Thunderbolt Low Kick again, and that'll take it out. Yeah, no, not too concerned about this. My goal right now is just to bully that Rayquaza slot. Rayquaza is actually going to protect, so Substitute would have been a pretty optimal play, I guess. He's actually not going to Mega, which I find rather interesting. And I don't think he had a second Mega option, so I'm not sure if this is a misclick on his end. He's actually Z-move. So I was assuming he was... Oh no, wait, this is my Z-move. No, that's his Z-move. Yeah, okay. So he actually is Z-move. And I was kind of assuming that he wouldn't... That he was going to be Assault Vest after the fact that, you know, he went for Nature's Madness. But I guess people randomly throw Nature's Madness on. So it's going to be a bit annoying, and that's going into Mewtwo, so Mewtwo's definitely going to die. Part of me now wishes I would have clicked Substitute. I'm going to live? Mewtwo Y with the very surprising amount of bulk. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to blow this Z-move into the Rayquaza this turn. And I am going to swap into Kartana because I do expect him to go for something like an E-Speed. I need to keep Mewtwo around. If I can, I don't want to just die. I don't want to let it die to a E-Speed here. So Mewtwo's gonna come back. Kartana should be able to take any combination of attacks. There's no reason for him to go for Dragon Ascent right here. If he does, I'll be very mad. He is just gonna drop that Extreme Speed into the Kartana. Gonna do a little bit of damage, not a lot. That was actually a crit. And Zapdos is gonna launch this Z move. Based on the Thunderbolt damage, I believe this should knock out. Like, there should be no reason this doesn't pick up this knockout. Gigavolt Havoc coming out. Gonna get launched, hopefully to kill the Rayquaza. I don't see why it wouldn't. So then he's gonna bring in Incineroar. Right? He would bring Incineroar back in at that point. And at that point, it's basically between how do I get his Kyogre on the field before I bring in my Groudon. Coco's gonna go for the Dazzling Gleam. Shouldn't do too much damage, and it won't. Kartana, obviously being Assault Vested there, really appreciates taking that attack a little bit better than it normally would. And it's got to be Incineroar. There's no reason for him to bring in anything else. He doesn't bring in his Kyogre against a Kartana and a Zapdos, so Incineroar is going to make the appearance again. Now, the question becomes, what does my opponent want to do? And does Zapdos have a way to survive? Another Dazzle. So what I am going to do is I am going to bring in Groudon for the Zapdos. I actually won't. Yeah, okay, so what I'll do is I'll Tailwind. If I can get to Tailwind up. I don't have Tailwind up still. I do not. Okay. And I will hard swap this slot into Groudon. If Zapdos survives, I'll have Groudon in front of the I'm going to speak English. One day, guys. One day I'll get through an episode perfectly. But if Zapdos survives, I'll have Groudon in the Tailwind. If Zapdos doesn't survive, it's not the end of the world. Because I'll still be able to re-switch out my Groudon here next turn. To preserve my preserve the ability to win the Weather War. Either way, Groudon's going to Primal Revert here. Going to get that Desolate Land up and make the land nice and sunny. You know, you know it's getting close to winter here in Canada, so they're trying to keep my heat on the field for a little bit longer, and I am indeed going to get this Tailwind up. And so now I'm going to drop a Flare Blitz here. I'm going to go for a Darkest Lariat. That's going to go into Zapdos then. Actually going into Groudon. Alright, that's fine by me. And now at this point, with a Tailwind up, all I have to do is connect. And, you know, I make it sound a whole lot easier than it probably actually is. But I am just simply going to go Precipice Blades and Thunderbolt. This Precipice Blade should pick up both knockouts. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. Well, the only reason it wouldn't is if he switches out. Or, of course, protects. But assuming I double connect here, they're both going to go down. But not game over yet by any means, because he has the capability to stall out my Tailwind with Fake Out Pressure. Kyogre is indeed going to make an appearance. I do think this is a bit rough on my opponent's end here. I don't like swapping Kyogre into like a full power P-Blades here. Like, it just seems really weird to me. It's like you're saying, you know, I should be able to kill you, but I'm gonna let you get a couple P-Blades off before I do, which could very well pick up the knockout if this isn't the bulkiest of Kyogres. Zapdos gonna drop a Thunderbolt. Perhaps I should have gone for that into the Coco slot, but that's alright. Incineroar Gonna go down to this P-Blades here as I do double connect. Incineroar gonna go down, and Kyogre does not indeed take 2 knockout. Cannot take 2 hits from this Groudon, but I will go for the Thunderbolt into that slot next turn. Tapu Koko coming back in to give me the electric terrain again. And at this point, I'm just going to Thunderbolt and P-Blades. I don't see a reason not to. This game's over, guys. We actually finally won a game. I told you the Koko matchup was decent. I did not want to do that. I want to Thunderbolt the Kyogre, and I want to P-Blades. I was saying in the first episode, or was it the beginning of this one? I don't know. I said previously that, you know, if we can get Kyogres, I feel like we have a little bit of a better matchup. And we're on our way to 4-0ing this one, assuming we hit both of our P-Blades, or at least the Koko with the P-Blades. Because there's no way Kyogre survives this Thunderbolt. Yeah, I don't know what he wants to do here. I don't think he can do anything. I mean, he could protect, but then I still have a full health Groudon. Zapdos is just going to drop the Thunderbolt into this Kyogre. It should pick up that knockout. It does indeed, and assuming this Precipice Blades connect, it'll be game over right here. Heavy Rain is lifted. Not that it matters at this point. Groudon is indeed going to connect the Precipice Blades. So Groudon, thank you very much for actually wearing your glasses today. I appreciate it. And let's just keep it going for one more episode, alright? Alright. Giving Groudon a pep talk. You know, sometimes I feel like that's what a lot of players don't do. I don't think they pep talk. They give pep talks to their Groudon. I mean, maybe that's what you got to do in order to hit your P-Blades. So, you know, I gave him the pep talk there. Hopefully we don't miss another P-Blades in this episode. And yeah, so maybe we'll actually confirm that giving Groudon a pep talk is the way to go. But we are not going to save this battle video, even though we won. I'm not concerned. And thank you for asking me Battle Spot. I would indeed like to continue battling. We got one more for you guys here. Hopefully we can find another opponent. Sitting at a rating of 11-4, still super carried by the 6-0 with James Bake's team. But we're here. We're going to find Joe Louis. I think it said from Spain. I didn't catch his rating, but we're going to see an Evil Dawn team, which is a pretty cool core actually. Sitting beside Tapu Koko, Incineroar, Kartana, and Metagross. So something I dislike about my opponent's team is the fact that he just loses to Groudon. But currently, the fact that I have Groudon makes me feel very happy about that fact that I have a Groudon. We're going to need to, hopefully that pep talk worked. Just got to find a way to get through Yveltal. And between Tapu Fini and Zapdos, and I'm definitely going to bring Incineroar here as well. I'm going to leave Mewtwo on the bench between the Metagross that I can't really touch, the Groudon that I can't OHKO, Tapu Koko that I speed tie with, the Incineroar that probably has the that's definitely going to have Intimidate and probably has the upper hand in that matchup. I'm not trying to bring Mewtwo here, so I think I'm going to go Zapdos Fini. Actually, you know what? I'll go Zapdos Incin with Groudon and Fini in the back. Basically, if I can go U-turn Tailwind turn 1 after trying, or even to fake out Z-move into Yveltal, that could be another option I could go for, because if he leads Yveltal, it's probably because he wants to match my Tailwind. So if he leads Yveltal, I will go straight for that fake out Z-move, because if I can get that knockout, I probably win the game outright with Groudon in the back. But I'm not sure really what he wants to do. I feel like he should be preserving Yveltal a little more, but I could be wrong. Maybe we'll see an Incin on his end as well. So Incineroar for Zapdos on my end as a lead here. And you're going to see Yveltal, Incineroar from my opponent. So he does indeed bring that Yveltal out. Probably going to try to match Tailwinds here. I don't know whose Incineroar is going to be faster though. Zapdos is Pressure. Then Yveltal's Dark Aura. So that's good to know that we're faster anyways. So if we're faster, I am almost to assume he's Assault Vest. Because I feel like if you're going to be Z-move, you want to be faster. So I'll play it with caution here. I'll probably just go for a regular Thunderbolt before I go for the Z-move. And unfortunately, I did miss the Intimidate speed tiers there. But I'll just fake out here. Fake out the Yveltal here in case we can trade fake outs. And we're going to see what we get. So he's going to swap out Yveltal, probably going right into Groudon. Yep, that's just fine by me. Is he going to U-turn? I don't know what he's going to do with this. I don't know what he wants to do with Incineroar here. I feel like Fake Out should be his play, but I also think he might want to go just Flare Blitz his Zapdos. But the good news is he doesn't have Tailwind anymore, or a Tailwind option. Incineroar is going to go for Fake Out, so I either win a Speed tie, or I'm the faster instant, or he's not going for Fake Out. He goes for Fake Out into my Zapdos there, so seems like a pretty interesting switch from my opponent. Here now I get to Tailwind up for free, and I'm going to go for the U-turn. If he kills my Incineroar, that's fine. I'm trying to get my Incineroar off the field anyways at this point. Yeah, and there's really not much else to say about this turn. Ideally, he goes for Eruption and actually kills my Zapdos as well. Or hopefully he kills Zapdos and not the instant. If he goes for that kind of play, then I get Finny Groudon, and then it's just simply Swagger and P-Blades. Groudon is going to go for that Fire Punch, so this is actually going to go into the Zapdos. Zapdos is going to survive. Incineroar going for the U-turn here. And I'm definitely going to bring in Groudon, so I have no reason not to. Like I said though, if he doesn't kill Finny, if he doesn't kill Zapdos here, things do get slightly interesting because I don't have the damage output to straight up knock out both of his Pokemon. I'll definitely knock out the Incineroar, but I have a feeling Instant might U-turn here. Please Flare Blitz and kill Zapdos. He is going to go for that Flare Blitz, and is it going to go into the Zapdos? It is indeed going to go into the Zapdos, so very happy with that. No, the thing is, I could protect Gravity, but I feel like I'm gonna play it risky here, because if he's gonna swap into Yveltal, I'll have another turn of Tailwind. So I'm gonna play it a bit riskier here and just hope that Pep Talk really worked. You know, I should have probably given one to Finny too, so I hit the Swagger and don't miss like I did in the first episode. So I'll give Finny a little Pep Talk now. Type of Finny, I believe in you and you can do this. So both my Pokemon have received Pep Talks. We should be good to go. And hopefully they just, you know, come through for me here. We got Groudon with getting Swaggered by the Tapu Fini and simply going to click P-Blades. And then if he swaps in Yveltal this turn, next turn I'll click Gravity P-Blades. He is going to swap out that Incineroar here. Obviously going to be the Yveltal on the swap, and I'm okay with that. This is where I kind of wish I was Fairy Z on my Finny. Just bust that Z move into the Yveltal right now. Because that was a pretty easy call. Groudon's going to go for the Protect, so I could have gone for the little safer play of Gravity Sword Dance, but this is alright. Tapu Fini is going to go for the Swagger. Swagger is going to connect, so Pep Talk number 2 worked. Now hopefully Pep Talk number 1 can work as well, even though it's not going to matter at all right now. Groudon is going to surround itself with a Protective Mist, and not get confused, but obviously the P-Blade is going to go into the Protect and not affect that Yveltal this turn. I'm 100% going to click Gravity now, and I'm going to also click P-Blades. The other thing I could do is go for the Swords Dance here, but I am a little bit frightened of a foul play coming out into this Groudon here. He's going to swap out Groudon, going to be Incineroar. This is why I'm not too horrified of the foul play, because he is going to allow me to survive the attack, because he's intimidating me here. Incineroar's coming in, Gravity's going out, so the first Pep Talk I gave Groudon, completely irrelevant at this point because he's going to hit. But hopefully the Pep Talk comes through and allows Groudon to think, I really want to survive this attack for my owner. But that's enough talk about Pep Talks, I guess. Groudon going for the Precipice Blades, obviously going to connect now after that Gravity. Incineroar is going to die, and Yveltal is indeed going to hang on, but just barely. So that's actually an Icy Wind range, so I can protect an Icy Wind next turn if I really want to. It is going to be Z Yveltal. So we're going to see the Darkinium Z. Or Darkinium, I don't really know what that Z move, held Z move item is, or the Dark Z move crystal is. We are going to see a Black Hole Eclipse from this Yveltal, and I'm 100% certain it's going into that Groudon. The only question I have, is it going to be special or a physical Z move? Hopefully it's going to be physical, but by the looks of things, it was special. It was definitely special. So, with Incineroar Finny on the field right now, I definitely just lost this game. I wonder if I should have Fire Punched Yveltal. But he's going to have Groudon in the back, so I'm not even going to bother trying to play this one out. He'll hit his P-Blades. I literally gave him Gravity. Like, I don't think there's a way I can win. Actually, you know what? Let's go for it. I'm going to go Icy Wind. That should kill the Yveltal. And I'm going to go Flare Blitz. That should kill the Metagross. and then I'll play it to 1v1 where hopefully Icy wins and Swaggers. I'm going to go for the Swagger win con, because by the time Groudon comes back in, I should be able to get to a point where I can hit Swagger outside of Misty Terrain. Yveltal's going to protect, that's fine. I don't know what Metagross wants to do here. Metagross is also going to protect. Still don't know what he's doing. Probably stalling out my last turn of Tailwind, I would assume. But that's just fine. It also stalls out a turn of Misty Terrain. So my win con is still very much so an option. The only thing I am concerned about is, does Flare Blitz actually knock out this Metagross? Because I'm not too certain. Actually, I don't think it will. Yveltal is going to go for a Snarl here, that's fine. I don't know what Metagross wants to do. Hopefully Iron Head into Tapu Fini maybe? I wouldn't be against that. Metagross is going to go Iron Head, so he is going to go into the Tapu Fini here. Tapu Fini is going to flinch, which is a bit unfortunate. And Flare Blitz is going to go right into this Metagross. That flinch kind of unfortunate there, but I don't think it matters because, yeah, no, this game's over. Now we'll forfeit. If I would have been able to take that knockout there, it would have been nice, because then I would have been able to have potential chance to get Finny to maybe get some sort of Swagger magic off, but at the end of the day, that's not the greatest win condition there. I think I should have just Fire Punch. If I click Fire Punch, Yveltal probably dies. I don't think it survives a +1 Fire Punch in the sun. Could be wrong though, but that's alright. We'll take our losses, guys. We'll take our losses. We'll come back stronger, right? Like, I guess in a way you can say we did take a win because pep talk is the way to go. You know, we didn't miss the Swagger. We hit a few P-Blades. You know, you gotta start believing. I feel like that's what Pokemon players are missing. You know, like there's this theory where it's you miss. Yeah, there's a theory where if you're thinking, like if you're saying to yourself, don't do this, you're more likely to do this. So if you're thinking in your head, don't miss, you could very well be more likely to hit as well. But either way, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully we will hit our P-Blades in the next one as well. And I'll see you guys next time.